Hey everyone, it's Dragon Fireflies, and this is my Ostara altar. I know it's a bit different from what I usually do, just because of the Spanish moss. But I tried. So, I wanted it to kind of look like the moss is coming from the statues, from the back forward. Hopefully this doesn't look like I just haphazardly threw moss everywhere, because it took me a really long time to set this up. Everything is like strategically placed for the most part, as is most of my Ostara altars, although I'm aware of my Ostara altars in the past haven't looked as great on camera as they did in my head. So, but the idea is that this is real moss. It's like soft and like the squishy moss, and Ostara is springtime. It's the rebirth and all of that, and like things are growing and it's coming into spring. So I really like having the moss on here because moss is a springtime symbol to me. Hence why I use it every year, but I haven't used the Spanish moss before. So I kind of experimented with that, and, well, you can kind of see how it turned out. So the god statue was actually the hardest to get around because of the way that his is shaped. So I think I'm going to start over here. So yeah, it's just kind of, Spanish moss hangs down, so I kind of wanted that hanging effect coming down. It's kind of overflowing down towards these areas. So in his lap is my green glass egg, and it's actually pretty colorful, on a little moss bed. There's some little moss thingies around him. There's a green moss agate on his lap there. Down here I have the color-coded eggs for each of the elements going around. I know it's kind of hard to see, but the labradorite slab is back there, and then I didn't intentionally do this at first, but I left a gap in between, like here and here, and what I ended up doing was taking these flatter stones that I'd gotten from the beach, and their symbol stones, I guess you can call them, his sunstone and her rainbow moonstone, and kind of like put them out in front, and so it's kind of like there's like a path, like a pathway leading to each of them, and I don't know, it kind of just like fit in on its own. What next? Yeah, so we'll go over here then. She has the rose quartz egg with moss, and then the OM symbol for alder. And then hers was a little bit easier to position, but I think I would kind of bring this, I don't know, up and around a little bit more. So again, it's kind of like flowing down and around, kind-ish. Yeah. There's a raw rose quartz on either side. There's these little white and yellowish stones that came from the beach also. There's another rose quartz back here next to the spirit and spirit egg, as well as my amethyst seer stone, and there's a little tiny piece of bismuth on the platform there. Going around on the outside, there's two bismuth here and here. This is my tree agate point. There we go. It's actually really, really pretty. And then there's my rose quartz point over there. Going along out here are little itty bitty, as you can kind of see compared to my pinky, like itty bitty pieces of quartz there. And I know it's hard to see with the white in the lighting, but there's like the bits of quartz are going all around, and they're back in here too. I think that's it for the outside. Yeah, there's her Labrador right there. I think I went around with everything that's around here. My amethyst cluster is up here, and then I have a ring of green moss agate going around the base here. As you guys can kind of tell, moss and moss agate are like my favorite symbols for Ostara, just because of how gently earthy they are. It's not like a really strong, like, it's not like emeralds or malachite. It's a more soft, gentler, it's a spring kind of earthy feel. And they really, really do, like, the patterns really do look like this kind of moss, like the Irish moss. So yeah, and I have like a little circle going around. It's kind of hard to see it. This is actually the second video of my altar that I made, because the first time I didn't have this, my usual ring around it. And I thought I looked fine without it, but then, like, of course, as soon as I decided to upload the video, I was like, you know what, no, I kind of need something else. Like, this whole area was just really bare, and I just didn't like that. So, and I also needed more pink to tie in, because all of this is green back in here. And then we get into the whitish areas of the pink and the flowers, and like, it needed something else to tie in with it, and the pink and white in this kind of goes with the pink and white in this, like in the altar cloth. So I needed to add that in. And I didn't do my black taper candle. It just wasn't kind of sitting right with the way the green was going. So I have a black chime candle on a white base and a white chime candle on a black base. And then there is the balance, going from the dark half of the year to the light half of the year for Ostara. And then in the middle, my pentacle is actually like in the bottom there. It fits like the holder perfectly. So if any of you have seen my videos before, you'll kind of like the bottom part of there, it's like different kind of rings to hold different size candles, and the biggest outer ring, my pentacle, actually fits perfectly. So I put that on the bottom, and then I have all of this Irish moss going around through here, and then there are 5 green moss agates on the outside, and then there's my 5 amethyst points going around my phantom quartz on top of my pentacle. So yeah. Oh wait, no, it's not everything. Each of these, the chime candles, are like the main like spell work that I'm going to be doing for Ostara. So for earth, water, spirit, air, and fire, I don't care if that's the actual order, but that's the order that I put them in. They're all inscribed, and the spell work for each of them corresponds to, like, the intention for each of them corresponds to the element that it is. So like, there's intentions corresponding to earth, water, and such going around. Yeah. Up there is my labradorite egg, and then over here, the Dollar Tree had 4 for $1 packet seeds. So I got sunflowers, poppies, forget-me-nots, spinach, and sage. And I will be blessing those during our stars too. And then my big rose quartz generator and all of my crystal skulls are over here. And this thing actually lights up and turns on like its own little fountain. My girlfriend gave that to me for Christmas. So that was really, because I'm going to be going away to college soon, and I obviously cannot take this with me. It will not fit in my dorm, so I'm going to be taking that with me. So I'll have something. I'm definitely packing up all my crystals. I won't be able to put them all out at once. I'll have a box, and I'll put that box underneath the bed, and I'm taking all my crystals with me, definitely. So yeah. I definitely like it better like this with this around it, because before it just didn't look right. So yeah, that is my Ostara altar. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you can kind of see like the whole aesthetic of it. I hope it looks decent to you guys. How it looks to me, because I get to view different angles of it and with different lighting, because the lighting that shows on my camera is not the same lighting that's in the room. So like it's supposed to be aesthetically pleasing and not just haphazardly throwing stuff all over the place. It actually is all placed according to how I want it to be placed. So yeah, love and light and blessed be, blessed Ostara.